friends, today I am going to explain the embryology topic, embryology models. Okay, coming to the development of inferior vena cava. So, first you must know the labelings. So, actually, this is here you will get the sinus venosus. Sinus venosus. From here you get common cardinal vein, and this is anterior cardinal vein. This is posterior cardinal vein. Okay. So inferior vena cava develops from the posterior cardinal vein. Okay. So here this is posterior cardinal vein, right side, right posterior cardinal vein. Okay. And this part is called supracardinal vein. This is subcardinal vein, and this is called connection or anastomos between the subcardinal vein and liver. Okay. Now development, how it is developed by the six structures. First is lower part of the right posterior cardinal vein. Lower part of a right posterior cardinal vein. Okay. And next, lower part of the right supracardinal vein. Okay. See, that means it is derived. I will show you. See, this is a posterior cardinal vein. Right side posterior cardinal vein. Okay. Now, this part is a supracardinal vein, subcardinal vein. Okay. Here you will get liver. Okay. And this is anastomos between the subcardinal vein and liver. So now inferior vena cava, it developed from the lower part of the posterior cardinal vein. Okay. And second point, lower part of the right supracardinal vein. Which is supracardinal vein? This lower part of the supracardinal vein, only lower part. Next, right supracardinal and subcardinal anastomosis. Okay, this is, there will be anastomosis here. This is called supra and sub anastomosis. And next, right subcardinal vein and subcardinal hepatocardiac anastomosis, that is this between the liver and the subcardinal vein. And from here you'll get another, that is common cardinal vein, common hepatic vein. So it is common hepatic vein. All these joins to form at last common hepatic vein. All these six structures forms the development of inferior vena cava. Okay. In the labeling also they have given the same. This is supracardinal subcardinal anastomosis. Between these two there will be anastomosis, that they have shown here. Okay. Subcardinal vein, supracardinal vein, posterior cardinal vein, right side. And this is hepatocardiac channel. This is between this subcardinal. This is hepatocardiac channel, this part. This yellow portion is anastomos between the subcardinal and liver, that is hepato. And next, transverse anastomos here. Okay. Now coming to the development of portal vein. Okay. Development of portal vein, same as we saw above. This is sinus venosus, and this is, wait, this is sinus venosus. Common cardinal vein, anterior cardinal vein, posterior cardinal vein. Okay. From here you get two structures, and here this is duodenum. Okay. This part is umbilical vein. This part is vitelline vein. This is important in the development of portal vein. Okay. Now coming to the development. So here you can see this is liver, and vitelline vein. This is vitelline veins which passes below the liver. Okay. So the portal vein development is called as what? Infrahepatic. Develop from infrahepatic vitelline vein. Okay, that is vitelline vein present behind the liver. Infrahepatic vitelline vein. Okay, this is duodenum. Now there will be a formation of anastomosis, that is called 8-shape anastomosis. See, this is 8-shape anastomosis, called as 8-shape anastomosis. Okay, so this part is called here, above is called cranial ventral anastomosis. This is called middle dorsal anastomosis. And last, this is called caudal ventral anastomosis. Okay, now this here in the middle middle dorsal anastomosis, you can see splenic vein, and from here there will be formation of superior mesenteric vein. These both joins to form portal vein. Okay, now if you see the explanation, so first this part, which part will explain here. This part, this is a caudal ventral anastomosis, right? This is caudal ventral anastomosis. This will regress, it will disappear. Okay, now remaining is middle dorsal and cranial ventral, right? Now coming to superior mesenteric vein. See, this part here, there will be superior mesenteric vein coming, and this is what? Splenic vein joins to form the portal vein. So trunk of portal vein is formed by the middle dorsal anastomosis, and right vitelline vein. This all was right vitelline vein. This right vitelline vein, this is left vitelline vein. So this is right vitelline vein between the cranial ventral anastomosis and middle dorsal anastomosis. Okay, I think you understood. So here splenic vein, here superior mesenteric, this is a superior mesenteric vein, this is splenic vein. Okay, joints, trunk, this much is trunk. Trunk is formed by what? Middle dorsal anastomosis plus right vitelline vein between cranial and middle anastomosis. Okay. Now coming to the next. After this, there will be a right branch of portal vein. This formed trunk. There will be a right branch of portal vein and left branch of portal vein. Right branch is formed by the right vitelline vein above cranial anastomosis. Okay, and left branch of portal vein is formed by the this much. What is this? Cranial anastomosis plus and left vitelline vein above cranial anastomosis. Okay, this is the development of portal vein and branches. So here also they have shown that only. This is liver here, vitelline vein, duodenum, and splenic vein, superior mesenteric vein. Here ventral anastomosis, proximal, that is cranial, dorsal anastomosis, distal ventral, this is middle dorsal anastomosis, this is caudal ventral anastomosis. Okay, now this superior mesenteric vein and splenic vein. After this formation, this is portal vein, here duodenum, here inferior vena cava and left umbilical vein. This is called shunt, ductus venosus, shunt between the left umbilical vein and inferior vena cava. Okay. Coming to the development of pancreas. Development of pancreas, 3 stages are there, 1, 2 and 3. First stage, here you can see gallbladder, this is hepatic duct, common hepatic duct, and this is a cystic duct, joins to form common bile duct. Okay, and at the starting, here ventral pancreatic bud will be formed. This is foregut. Okay, this is midgut, junction between the foregut and midgut. Here there will be development of ventral bud. Here dorsal bud. Okay, this foregut, this only forms the duodenum, so they have shown here second part of duodenum. Okay, this is dorsal bud and this is ventral bud. Okay, now after the rotation of stomach, this straight duodenum becomes C shape, so here pancreas will come. Okay, starting, if you see, this is ventral pancreatic bud and it contains duct called as ventral pancreatic duct of ventral pancreas. This is stomach, this is dorsal pancreatic bud and duct is called as duct of dorsal pancreas, and this is second part of duodenum. Now development of pancreas, stage 2. As we saw above that after there will be a straight, then after the rotation of rotation of stomach, after the rotation of stomach, here it will become C shape. Okay, it will become C shape. Now if it becomes C shape, here pancreas will come. So this is ventral bud. Ventral bud goes downward. It will go downward, ventral bud, and dorsal bud will be in the same position. Okay. Now here same. This is gallbladder. This is hepatic duct, common bile duct. Here in the duodenum, you can see major papilla, and this is minor papilla. This is major papilla. Okay. Here there will be a. This is bile duct and dorsal pancreatic duct. This is dorsal pancreatic duct. This is ventral pancreatic duct. Okay. This is stomach. Next, there will be a anastomosis between the dorsal pancreatic duct and the ventral pancreatic duct. This is anastomosis. Okay. So now duct system. If we come to duct system, here this ventral bud is there. No, ventral bud forms lower part of head of pancreas plus uncinate process. Uncinate process. If you see the pancreas, this is pancreas. This is uncinate process head found by the ventral bud. Rest all part will be found by the dorsal bud. Okay. Now you can see the duct system. See, this full is called dorsal duct. This is ventral duct. This is connection between them. Okay. Now, which is the main pancreatic duct? Main pancreatic duct is this. This part is called main pancreatic duct. Main pancreatic duct. And this part is called accessory pancreatic duct. Okay. Now, main pancreatic duct is found by the distal part of the dorsal duct. Distal part of the dorsal duct and ventral duct and the anastomosis between them. Distal part of the dorsal duct, anastomosis between the distal dorsal duct and the ventral duct and ventral duct. Accessory pancreatic duct is found by the proximal part of the dorsal duct. Okay. This is also called as duct of Santorini. This is called as duct of Wirsung. Okay. So this main pancreatic duct opens into the major papilla and the accessory pancreatic duct opens into the minor papilla, minor duodenal papilla. Okay. Now coming to the development of liver. Development of liver. This is foregut and continuation is the hindgut, midgut. So at the junction of foregut and midgut, you get a hepatic bud. Hepatic bud, actually a common bile duct, which is derivatives of pars hepatica, forms the hepatic bud. Okay. So pars hepatica, that is hepatic bud, and pars cystica, that is cystic bud. Two buds are there. Pars hepatic divides into the right and left branches, hepatic branches. Okay. And this is liver and gallbladder. So actually coming to the hepatic bud, developed from the foregut diverticulum. Foregut diverticulum forms liver parenchyma, and biliary system. Okay, this is about the forked diverticulum, that is hepatic bud. Now here surrounding this hepatic bud is called as septum transversum. Okay, which is mesodermal in derivatives, forms connective tissue capsule, sinusoids of liver, and Kupffer cells. Okay, this is about the development of liver. Pars hepatica will be there, that is called hepatic bud, and pars cystica. This hepatic bud divides the right and left and forms the liver, and gallbladder will be formed. Now coming to the midgut rotation, formation of hindgut. Formation of midgut. So actually starting here you can see physiological hernia takes place in the 6th week. Okay, so here foregut, midgut will herniate outside. This is hindgut. This is extraembryonic mesoderm something. Okay, now here foregut, right? This is herniated midgut. Here between the foregut and hindgut, this is midgut. The main artery supplying the midgut is superior mesenteric artery. Okay, above it is called pre-atrial segment. Below superior mesenteric artery is called post-atrial segment. Okay, pre-atrial segment forms the small intestine. Post-atrial forms large intestine. Pre-atrial is upside and post is below. Now first rotation takes place. This is starting superior mesenteric artery. See, this is superior mesenteric artery. Okay, this is foregut, midgut, hindgut. Midgut is herniated out. That is called a physiological hernia. Okay, and this is superior mesenteric artery. Above it is called as what is this? Pre-atrial segment. Below it is called post-atrial segment. Okay, this is umbilical opening. Now first rotation takes place. After the first rotation, that is 90-degree anti-clock. Okay, so pre-atrial segment comes to the right side, post-atrial comes to the left side. That's it. Then pre-atrial segments comes, that is reduction of hernia takes place. Reduction of hernia takes place in 10th week. Why? Because there will be abundant space in the abdominal cavity. Starting there will be a development of liver, so there will be no space in the abdominal cavity. After some weeks, that is around the 10th week, there will be space in the abdominal cavity, so the reduction of hernia takes place. Starting the pre-atrial segment comes first, and it rotates, and second rotation takes place. Okay, that is again 90-degree anti-clock. So pre-atrial segment rotates and goes to the left side. Before rotation, it forms coils of jejunum and ileum, and then it rotates and goes to the left side. Left side it goes, that is behind behind the superior mesenteric artery. Important. Parietal segment comes first, that is comes first to the abdomen cavity, and again takes a second rotation, that is 90-degree anti-clockwise, and moves behind the superior mesenteric artery and goes towards the left side. Then the post-atrial segment comes to the abdomen cavity and it rotates again, third rotation, 90-degree anti-clock, and moves towards the right, that is subhepatic position, subhepatic position, and descends to the right iliac fossa. Okay, and forms the uh, appendix, colon, so on. Parietal segment forms coils of xylem ileum, behind the artery. This is important. Hindgut pushed to the left. Stomach, superior mesenteric, descending colon. Okay. This is about the midgut rotation. Important. So here total rotation. Total rotation how much? 90 plus 90 plus 90. 3 rotation 90-degree. 270-degree. Which direction? Anti-clockwise. Important. Okay. Now coming to the development of kidney. This is a mesonephric duct opening into the cloaca and giving the uteric bud. So kidney development. Okay. Kidney development is see, this is pronephros, development of kidney. This is mesonephros. This is metanephros. All these are coming from nephrogenic cord. Nephrogenic cord from where? See, first is urogenital sinus. Okay, gives two parts. One is intermediate mesoderm. Another is urogenital sinus, which is endoderm. Okay, this is mesoderm. This gives to again two, that is genital ridge and nephrogenic cord. Okay, this is called nephrogenic cord. Okay, from the nephrogenic cord there is a development of what? Kidney. Okay, now coming to the pronephros. Pronephros is called as cervical kidney, present in fish. Mesonephros present in the thoracolumbar kidney, present in amphibians. This both fails to develop and fail and regress in human, but first develops. Okay, first it gets developed. First development, but fail to proceed. So pronephros, cervical kidney; mesonephros, thoracolumbar kidney; metanephros, pelvic kidney. This is in humans. Okay, so from the, this is called mesonephric duct. From the mesonephros it comes, mesonephric duct, and goes behind the What is this? Urogenital sinus. Behind this, it goes behind and forms what? Here it forms like this triangular shape, trigon of bladder. It is forming the trigon of bladder. What forms this? Formed by the absorption of the mesonephric duct distal to the uteric bud. This is uteric bud. Distal to that contains mesonephric. Mesonephric duct distal to the uteric bud is absorbed inside the trigon of the bladder. Okay. And also the posterior part of the mesonephric duct also forms the trigon of the bladder. Now this mesonephric duct also forms this mesonephros also forms the gives arise for the paramesonephric duct. Okay. So here kidney development is from mesoderm, but bladder development is from endoderm. Okay. Now coming to the if we take this part metanephros and the mesonephric duct. See, what is uteric bud? Here mesonephric duct will come now. There will be a part called as uteric bud which goes inside the metanephros. Okay, this is metanephros. This is mesonephric duct. Okay, this is uteric duct bud. Okay, here after going inside the metanephros, it forms like a differentiation of the cells takes place here. This is called what? Metanephric blastema. Metanephric blastema. Okay. Now metanephric blastema. This part, metanephric blastema, is a secretory part. Secretory part gives formation of what? Bowman's capsule, PCT, loop of Henle, DCT, all will be derivatives of the metanephric blastema, and it is derived from what? What is this duct? It is derived from the which duct? Mesonephric duct. So it is derived from mesoderm, that is mesonephros. This part, from this part. Now coming to the uteric bud. Uteric bud. This bud is gives derivatives of collecting duct and further renal pelvis, renal papillae, collecting duct, renal papillae, major and minor calyx, next renal pelvis, last ureter, and it is derived from what? This metanephric blastema was derived from the metanephros, that is this part, because it is going to the metanephros, right? So in the metanephros it is a differentiating, so it is derived from the metanephros. This uteric bud is derived from which? This duct, mesonephric duct. So mesonephros is the answer. This is urogenital sinus, where here trigon will be present. What is trigon? That is absorption of the distal part of the mesonephric duct from the distal part of the uteric bud. So Now next, coming to the formation of uterovaginal canal and fusion of caudal. Okay, this was mesonephric duct. Beside that, there will be a paramesonephric duct. Okay, paramesonephric duct which fuses here and forms uterovaginal canal. Okay, uterovaginal canal, important. What are the derivatives? Derivatives. This part if you take and enlarge here, you can see like this. Okay, this is the body of uterus, and this is fundus. This is fallopian tube. That's it. So derivatives is fallopian tube, fundus, and the body of uterus, cervix, and upper vaginal wall, formed by which endoderm. Okay, because the vagina comes here somewhat, which is formed by the urogenital sinus. Urogenital sinus, formed by endoderm. Above that, that is body, and is formed by the paramesonephric duct, that is mesoderm. Okay, only the upper vaginal wall is formed by the urogenital sinus, formed by endoderm. Above that, it is formed by the paramesonephric duct. So it is mesoderm, paramesonephric, mesonephros, mesoderm, and this is cloaca. Now coming to the development of mesonephros, pronephros, and metanephros. It's not so important, but just learn the diagram. So as I said above, mesonephros duct will degenerate, and pronephros will degenerate. Mesonephros also will get degenerate. Only a small part will continue as the mesonephric duct, and the metanephros. There will be a, from the metanephros there will be a uteric bud, cloaca, urogenital sinus. This mesonephric duct, mesonephros, and this is mesonephric duct here. Mesonephric tubule. There will be tubule from the duct. There will be a tubule. Okay, and which forms the glomerulus of the kidney. Now coming to the stages in the development of nephron. Okay, here you can see this. This is called ampulla. Okay, this is metanephric vesicle. Here you can see that metanephric blastema, as we saw above, that will get differentiated. The cells of the metanephric blastema in contact with the ampulla, undergoes differentiation to form a here vesicle pear shaped somewhat. This undergoes differentiation and forms a cap like structure here. This is called cap like structure is called vesicle pear shaped from the ampulla and metanephric vesicle. What is this this is called as metanephric blastema, and ampulla both get joined by the differentiation of the cells to form cap shaped vesicle pear shaped structure. So first there will be cap shape, and then it will turn to the vesicle shape. Okay, now this vesicle shape now turns to the S shaped tubule. S shaped tubule which gives rise to the glomerulus and Bowman's capsule. This is Bowman's capsule. Okay, these both are called as a renal corpuscle. Now from there you can see PCT coming, DCT, loop of Henle, and collecting duct. Now coming to the abnormalities of uterus and vagina. Important. So first abnormality, this is called uterus bicornis unicoleus, one rudimentary horn. So here bicornis means two uterus, but unicoleus means only one vagina. One vagina, two uterus. Okay, this is called first case. Second is atresia of cervix. Here, sir, this is called cervix, right? It is narrowed here. Here it is narrowed. Okay, that is called atresia of cervix. Next, septate, also called as uterus bicornis. Here, actually, how this uterus is formed by the paramesonephric duct, right? Here, paramesonephric duct will come, another will come here. It will fuse, but here there will be a gap. This is called septate. This is called uterus bicornis. That is, two uterus will be present. Two uterus, because there will be no fusion. Okay, no fusion of at a late stage it will fuse. So there will be a two uterus, that is also called septate. Now coming to the atresia of vagina. So vagina gets narrower. This is called atresia of vagina. Next, uterus arcuate. Indentation. Indentation means more concavity. Here you can see the concavity, right? This is normal. Fundus of the uterus is normal. Here, this concavity. Here, there is a reverse concavity. This is called uterus arcuate. Concavity increases in the body of the uterus. Body and fundus of the uterus. Now, coming to the uterine didalpus with a double vagina. So, there will be a non-fusion of a paramesonephric duct which forms two vagina and two uterus, body of uterus, and two vagina. These are two vaginas and two body of uterus. Okay. Coming to the mesonephric duct and its derivatives. In male and female there are two different. So in the coming to the male, if you come the mesonephric duct, also called as Wolfenian duct. Okay. So what are the derivatives in male? First derivatives is this is important, appendix of epididymis. Okay, in the epididymis there is a tubercle. This is called appendix of epididymis, and seminal vesicle, ejaculatory duct, and vas deferens also, and seminal vesicles, ejaculatory duct. Okay, and inferior aberrant ductules. It will also form the derivatives. Okay, now coming to the female. You can see this is Gartner's duct. Important. It is also called as a duct of epoperon in broad ligament. in broad ligament. Okay, this is epiperon. This duct is called as from the epiperon there is a duct coming, that is called as Gartner's duct, and below the epiperon there is a paraoperon. This is ovary. This is fallopian tube. Okay, these are the derivatives. Coming to the part taken by the sperm and ovum for fertilization. This all of you know. First, ovum is carried by the fimbriae, then goes to the ampulla, where this is the site of fertilization, then goes to the isthmus, then uterine part, which is this part called as intramural. This part is called intramural part. Now, this is ovary, this is uterus, this is cervical canal, this is vagina. Okay. Fate of the paramesonephric duct. This is called Mullerian duct. Mullerian duct. Okay. Here you can see in males. Males you can see there in the mesonephric duct. You saw the appendix of epididymis. Here appendix of testis and prostatic utricle. It is also called as masculine vagina, which is homologous to vagina. So it is called a masculine vagina. So what is this prostatic utricle? It is a small blind opening on posterior wall of prostatic urethra. Okay, this is urethra, right? Here you can see the ejaculatory duct. Behind that there is posterior wall of prostatic urethra. You can see this prostatic utricle, also called as masculine vagina, and most of the paramesonephric duct disappears. In female, as we saw above, that is uterine tube, that is fallopian tube, uterus, upper part of vagina. This is endodermal, important, and fallopian tube, uterus, upper part of vagina in females. Okay, this is about the embryology. Hope you understood. Thank you.